Hey everyone, today I just want to take some time to talk about outsourcing. And I want to talk about, if you should decide to outsource some of your work for Shopify or not. So there's a lot of things that are on my mind when I talk about this. And first of all, without further ado, I just want to go ahead and apologize for the late video. I'm trying to consistently start posting on Ecom Warriors, and I'm actually in the process of now outsourcing almost not all my work. Um, Now, it's just so that I have, some more personal free time. But with that being said, let's talk about some outsourcing. So I see a lot of people in the Shopify world, clients of my own in the past that I've had, clients that, maybe not of my own, but other companies, just people different out there in the world who want to hire out the work. Maybe they want their Shopify store designed. Maybe they want some of their work created. Whatever the case may be, they just want to hire people to get some of the work done. And I think for a lot of the people, there's a period in time where you should outsource and where you really shouldn't. And under my personal belief, I think that outsourcing is good. It could save you a lot of time. It can make the process easier for your personal business. But when can it not be good? Well, in my opinion, it's not a good idea to really outsource something you have no idea about. So if you're struggling with building your first store or designing your first store or creating a business that can be, kind of difficult, or maybe, it's your first time creating a logo or something like that, the reality is you're probably going to need those skills later down the road, right? So for example, if we're talking about logo design, you can make the argument that maybe you're not a designer and you want to outsource and hire somebody who is. Well, you could absolutely do that. The only thing is you're never going to acquire that skill of graphic design. Now, you don't have to be an A1 5-star graphic designer, but you can do something that's, more your level, maybe 2 stars, maybe 1 star. At least it's there. At least it's something to start off with, right? And really what I encourage is that critical thinking is when you have a problem in your business and you're really not sure how to fix it, that critical thinking where you figure out, okay, how am I going to build this business? How am I going to, get this task done? I think everybody should be somehow involved in that. So, for example, with graphic design, that's probably not going to be the very last time that you have to design something graphically. You're probably going to have to, create a banner for your website or create an image that you may have to edit or add some text on top of it. That takes some kind of graphic design skill. And so if you're going to outsource the first part, then you might as well outsource the whole entire business. Now, the second part to that is if you do outsource the whole entire business, how do you know that you're actually going to succeed? You probably don't, right? So when would it be a good time to actually outsource? I think, in my opinion, it's a good time to outsource when you've actually succeeded at building a business previously. When I say succeeded, I'm talking about a consistent passive income flow, or not even passive, just any kind of income flow that you've created from a business. The reason why I said passive income is because it's been on my mind lately, but, any kind of business that you've actually succeeded at, you have now the details in your mind. You know exactly what can go right and what can go wrong, and you know what's required of that task to be completed properly, and then you can outsource. Everything I did that I'm currently outsourcing, I've done once in my life, or many times, and I've actually succeeded at it. So if, for example, if I'm creating a new store and I simply don't have the time to build it, I'll outsource that, okay? Now, for me personally, I don't really look at outsourcing for building stores. For me, I like to outsource a monotonous type of work. So if it's a blog that needs to be written, or if there's some copy that needs to be written for the website, or some images that need to be edited, that's typically something I'm going to outsource. Because 9 times out of 10, or not to insult anybody who's going to be outsourcing for me, but there might not see my vision for the product or for the website, right? And in my personal experience, my vision isn't something advanced or anything like that, but my vision is based on previous success. And I think for everybody watching, if you're contemplating outsourcing, if you're contemplating on hiring people, you could, but just make sure that you realize that if you have no previous experience building a truly successful business, the project that this person completes for you, this freelancer or whoever employee that you have, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be good at it or it's going to lead to any kind of results, right? And so my biggest thing with outsourcing is just be aware that that exists, okay? And you might strike gold, you might not. Good example of this is to ask them for their level of work and see how successful have they been in the past, right? And, you can also look at competitors and see kind of how it compares. Now, also keep in mind that your outsourcing budget plays a huge role in your success. If, money talks, right? If you have $1 million for a project, you can get almost about anything done. If you have $200 for a project, you might not get anything done. And that's just to be honest. And so money does play a different role. Now, really the best case scenario for somebody who's going to be outsourcing their work is that you're going to know exactly what's needed to be done for the project. You're going to take that into consideration. You're going to come up with a budget. And more importantly, you're going to have the money for that budget to be able to finance the outsourcing project, which once again comes from previous success. And, you accumulating some kind of revenue, that could be some kind of budget or some kind of idea that you have for a future business. Okay, so for all those who are planning on outsourcing, my recommendation is work as hard as you can first, build something first. Then in the future, if you decide that you want to outsource and you need some outsourcing help and you've actually seen success in the past, then go ahead and outsource. If you feel like you don't have never gained success, then I believe that you should go out there and work as hard as you can until you gain some kind of success before you do outsourcing. Whether you need to buy a course, whether you need to buy books or information or step-by-step guides, that's very necessary, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Keeping up on this video a day thing. So if you guys liked the video, give it a thumbs up or let me know what you guys liked, all right? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.